Ladies and gentlemen, here's your second stimulus check and enhanced unemployment payment update for the morning of September 2nd, 2020. In this video, I'm going to tell you to which states FEMA just awarded the grant to pay for the $300 a week bonus funded by the federal government pursuant to President Donald Trump's executive order he signed on August 8th. I'm going to tell you what House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wrote in her statement about her call with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin yesterday, and I'm going to tell you how Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is lining up a vote for the GOP proposal on what GOP lawmakers want to include in the next round of stimulus. FEMA has awarded the grant to pay for the $300 a week bonus funded by the federal government to 3 more states, ladies and gentlemen. So far, FEMA has awarded the grant to pay for 3 weeks of this $300 a week bonus to the states of Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Louisiana, Missouri, Utah, New Mexico, Idaho, Montana, Oklahoma, Maryland, Kentucky, Texas, Michigan, North Carolina, California, Alabama, Indiana, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Mississippi, Vermont, Rhode Island, New York, Georgia, Alaska, New Hampshire, Washington, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Arkansas, Maine, Virginia, Ohio, West Virginia, Oregon, Wyoming, Hawaii, Florida, Minnesota, North Dakota. Now, FEMA has awarded the grant to the states of Illinois, Wisconsin, and South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. So now we have a total of 10, 20, 30, 44 states that FEMA has awarded with the grant to pay for 3 weeks of $300 a week bonuses funded by the federal government, ladies and gentlemen. As of right now, only the 6 states of Arizona, Louisiana, Missouri, Montana, Tennessee, and Texas have officially reported that they will pay out benefits this month, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, for you to be eligible to receive the $300 a week boost up, you have to be making, your state has to be paying you at least $100 a week in regular state benefits. As of right now, the states of Kentucky, Montana, and West Virginia have announced that the states will pay out regular state unemployment benefits plus a $100 a week boost up funded by the state and a $300 a week federally funded boost up, making it a total of a $400 a week boost up, ladies and gentlemen. So, and the states of New Hampshire and Rhode Island have officially announced through their guidelines that they would increase the minimum state unemployment insurance payment to $100 for all UI claimants. And therefore, everyone in the state that is collecting unemployment insurance will qualify to receive the $300 a week boost up and enhanced unemployment payments. Click the subscribe button if you haven't done so. I'll keep you up to date with any developments in regards to this program, ladies and gentlemen. Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, she wrote a statement discussing the 36-minute call that she had with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin yesterday. As you know, as per yesterday's video, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, before a hearing before the House Special Subcommittee handling the virus, told Congresswoman Maxine Waters that if he can tell House Speaker Nancy Pelosi that Maxine Waters told him to call her in order to get back to the negotiating table right away, that he would do so right after the hearing, ladies and gentlemen. So he went ahead and called her, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wrote a statement which reads that the White House is clearly not interested in investing in American families to defeat the virus. She cited how top economists and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell called for going in hard on the next stimulus package, especially right now as interest rates are so low. It'll cost less right now in order to go in hard in the next round of stimulus, in order to pay for the next round of stimulus as opposed to paying for that money later. She's stating that she was speculating as to whether the White House has other plans for that money instead of helping the American people. She also stated that she does not buy the offer that's coming from the Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, White House Chief of Staff, the administration, to basically enact into law provisions on which both sides agree and then come back for more money later. She cited how Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell actually stated that there will only be one more bill. And indeed, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell back in May in Kentucky stated that that lawmakers would convene in order to pass the 4th and final bill. That said, The Hill reported that Mitch McConnell was on a call yesterday morning with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows talking about lining up a vote for the GOP proposal for the next stimulus bill as early as next week. This bill, as per White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, as I told you a couple of days ago when he was on CNBC, he stated that he's been working around the clock. He's been on calls with GOP senators every day to pass something that resembles the skinny bill, that basically can be either be the skinny bill that's at $500 billion or can be the foundation on which both parties, the Democrats, the GOP, and the administration can come to an agreement and then add other provisions where they're not that far apart in order to come up with a comprehensive package, ladies and gentlemen. The reason that Mitch McConnell wants to line up the bill is because he wants to protect vulnerable GOP candidates during their next re-elections. Basically, they're aiming for a 51-0 vote in passing this particular bill. So these GOP lawmakers can go back to their states and state, listen, we're doing everything we can in order to fight for you, to get you the stimulus money that you need, in order to save your businesses, in order to save and feed your families, etc., etc. 53 GOP senators that are not up for re-election, they actually are adamantly opposed to spending $1.1 trillion as per the HEALS Act. So nonetheless, the Senate Majority Leader wants to go ahead and protect these vulnerable GOP lawmakers, these senators. The way he wants to do it is by including money for schools and money for expanded testing. That way, these GOP candidates will have the ammunition to say, listen, we're out here, we're fighting for more money for schools in order to get your children properly educated and to ensure that everybody is safe through expanding testing, ladies and gentlemen. They also want to include support for the unemployed through enhanced unemployment insurance payments of $300 per week, another round of paycheck protection program funding, and the notorious business liability protections. As you know, as per previous videos, I told you how the U.S. Chamber of Commerce has pumped millions of dollars in federal races supporting GOP candidates, and they are demanding that lawmakers include business liability protections in the next stimulus bill, ladies and gentlemen. And on the other side, you have the Association of Trial Lawyers, who have pumped millions of dollars in federal races supporting Democrat candidates, and they want to ensure that Democrats block any measures including business liability protections because they want to have people to represent that potentially can get infected once they go back to work or go back to school. So they don't want business liability. So right now you have a clash of the top lobbyers right now. The mainstream media keeps reporting on how state and local governments, and including the administration, that money for state and local governments is the main obstacle that's stopping the administration and Democrats and GOP lawmakers from getting close to reaching an agreement and finally making a deal. Nonetheless, you're going to see that this is probably going to be the business liability protection issue. The measure is going to be the major obstacle that's going to stop or significantly delay lawmakers and public officials from reaching an agreement and finally making a deal. The skinny bill, or what the GOP is lining up to vote on next week, excludes stimulus checks, of course excludes more money for state and local governments, and it excludes all of the provisions that Democrats included in the HEROES Act that, according to the GOP, are not related to the virus. Click the subscribe button if you haven't done so as yet, because I'm going to release an EIDL grant update breaking down Democrat Senator from New York Chuck Schumer's announcement to support the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance, most specifically through S.4227 last month, to ensure that the SBA disperses the full $10,000 Economic Injury Disaster Loan Advance to all legitimate and eligible small business applicants. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Watch this video right here for additional stimulus coverage. Click the like button if you like the video. Click the subscribe button to stay on top of my findings. We mobilize like no one else will, report what no one else will, and stop at nothing until each and every one of you is equipped with the monetary ammunition you need to save this country, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.